Hey guys, welcome to Denny's. Today, we're going to be going over some of the more significant changes to the game with the recent patch. More specifically, we'll be going over the patch notes from a few hours ago, and I'll be highlighting some of the crazy quality of life changes and bug fixes that are extremely exciting. Stay tuned if you want to find out more about the buffed loot, the buffed void shards, and the dev's statement on the new one-shot Glay build, and some other important changes like the fact that you can have up to 1,000 favorited items now, guys. Let's do it. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like the video. If it helped you in any way, comment any feedback you have down for me below in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you feel that I've earned it. If not, next time I will. So keep a lookout on the channel. Also, I'm live every single day on Twitch and YouTube. So do not forget to give me a follow over on Twitch. It's in the description below. I have had an absolute blast hanging out with you guys and chatting every single day. I appreciate the support more than you know. And lastly, guys, remember to use the timestamps in the description or even the chapters located in the video. But let's get into it. Here we go. We're going to go from the top to the bottom on the notes today, guys. So start off with an absolutely huge quality of life update. So Glay's infinite ammo build with rockets, they are making it so the player has the option to turn off projectile explosions from other players. I don't know if any of you guys have grouped up with Glay on the Frostwalker boss, or any boss for that matter, but with her perma shooting, it was absolutely impossible to see weak points or really land any important shots at all. So definitely a good change. Second, we've got a few smaller ones. So the DBNO, or the down but not out, is now visually going to be a little bit more easier to read or see. So on the right side of your screen, it's going to pulsate with an EKG instead of just showing the small EKG icon, which is really nice. You can also report people for AFKing your mission, which is fantastic. Obviously, a lot of people abusing that. Follow that with the fact that you can now favorite up to 1,000 items, guys. These three small changes are amazing. But another good change here, a change to the research system. Instead of that long-winded animation that we currently have, they're going to be toning it down a wee bit. They're going to, I'll take this, but probably just be spamming the spacebar anyway to get the research done ASAP. Okay, and up next, we have a few more changes here. The UI has been updated so that major rewards obtained from chain quests that have already been cleared are checked in the quest list. This is going to be helpful to let us know if we've actually completed something and can no longer obtain it anymore. So definitely a welcome change. Absolutely. All right, and let's go next, number 4. So now we've got a fix to an exploit people were doing where you can start the Void Fusion Reactor mission and not use any of your materials to be able to use the reconstructing device. So no more cheesing it without any materials. Now to segue into this, basically, guys, what they've done is they've buffed the Void Shards by about 50%, 1.5 times, meaning we're receiving a universal 50% buff to how many Void Shards all of those missions get us. It's definitely a welcome change, and they're kind of, they're nerfing an exploit and buffing these in return. So I think this is probably the best thing a company can do with any game whenever there's an exploit, guys. This is very sleeper change in my opinion. The fact that more people aren't talking about this is kind of crazy. They literally have removed an exploit, and then they're like, hey, we understand this is tedious. Here's a buff, like a giant buff to how many void shards you can get to farming these. It's still going to be a grind, a farm, guys, but they're like paying attention and listening, and it's just very exciting. They also added some quality of life changes by updating the tooltips due to the void shard missions and reactor missions, making it a bit more clear what shards we need and how many drop with the updated drop buffs. Up next, number 5. So this change probably has to be one of my favorites. They have removed the use bunny skills to inflict electrocution on enemies portion of the skin that I've been rocking, the Speedy Awakened One skin. So all you need now is just kills. This is actually insane that they're paying attention to stuff like this, and it gets me once again really, really pumped up for the game in the future. So speaking about Bunny, we've got some minor changes to how some of her mods work with the Thrill Bomb and Lightning Emission. No more randomly targeting mobs. It goes for nearby targets instead. Good change. One last Bunny change is that we can no longer roll in place to proc her third ability. So no more mega AFK farming that weapon proficiency spot, boys. You're going to have to jump or press W. Use your W key or jump in place. I think jumping in place still works, so... but let's go on to number 6. So these are some of the infiltration quality of life changes. We've got the ability to view the mission results through the escape menu after finishing an infiltration. A fine change for me is sometimes I would definitely miss the window to hit the F2 button when I wasn't paying attention to view those mission results to restart the mission quicker. So definitely a fan of this one. But that was a quick one. Let's move on to number 7. Segueing from infiltrations, the bosses with the orbs or the spheres are getting a nice change. No longer will all of those orbs that all of you love so very much be flying around in every which way and direction. They'll be a lot more static now with the change they implemented. It looks like the spheres just won't rotate or change direction whenever the boss or monster does. So that's a very, very welcome, very good change. Okay, number 8. Now we'll be going over the most important change of all, guys. It's a simple one, but still a knee slapper. They have buff loot in the field that drops on hard difficulty by 1.5 times. This means that all the loot we've been getting on hard has a 50% increased drop rate. So if you were farming a 10 million gold an hour spot, you will now be farming a 15 million gold an hour spot. 500,000 Kuiper an hour turns into 750,000 Kuiper an hour. Guys, this is a giant buff, and this shows just how much they expected all the loot to be dropping in this game. So much so that they actually underestimated how much they want to give us. So this change is an 11 out of 10. More loot in a looter shooter. Sign me up, dude. Sign me up. Lastly, I am going to be going over some of the more notable change on the optimization side of things to round things off. So with the update, we've got some fixed memory leaks when running in windowed mode. We're using any frame generation software like NVIDIA or AMD FSR, for example. For someone like me with a serious issue of constantly looking at my frames, making sure they're good, this is actually a very nice change. I'm hoping to notice a difference, but we'll see. As far as I wanted to mention the statement by the devs that goes over the new snapshotting meta, where you change modules in the middle of an encounter, basically. So they basically say that this is not intended. They wanted to come out with a hot fix for this, but yeah, it's not an intended game mechanic. They absolutely do not want module swapping to become another strategy. Makes combat tedious, doesn't fit with their idea of their own game. They also have a lovely message, and I'll throw it up on screen, guys, but they are listening. Honestly, every time there's an update for this game, I get more and more hype for the future of the game. This message is like the conclusion, and it's just really, really exciting, guys. I am so excited for the future of this game and the fact that the changes they're making, like, yeah, if you guys come from any other games, this kind of feedback and this kind of community, like, basically them just listening to the community is insane to me. So, and just before I forget, lastly, guys, they did mention they will be planning to skip the patch next week for the upcoming 5th week of update on August 1st. They let us know to look forward to the new Descendant Luna, Ultimate Valby, new intercept battles, new ultimate weapons, modules, external components. So, guys, on August 1st, we are going to get a giant update to the game. So get pumped, get excited. Yeah, man, there's a lot to be excited about in this game. I know I'm like being very repetitive with my wording here, guys, but I'm just super excited for it. So, yeah, other than that, guys, there are various smaller bug fixes, miscellaneous changes that are included. Don't forget to check out these patch notes for yourself. If you'd like, I included the link in the description. So that's going to do it for today's video. I appreciate anyone who stuck it out this far. It's truly appreciated. Remember, like the video, comment any feedback, and subscribe, guys. I hope you enjoy the grind. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I am out of here. Peace out, guys. Goodbye. Stop saying, cut. Action. Oh my, dude. Oh my God. Stop saying, Okay. Action. Mother